With over 1,800 gaming startups and close to 500 million users participating in online games, the online gaming industry has grown rapidly in India. However, the high potential sector and its consumer face growing threats due to the rise of illegal offshore online betting and gambling platforms. These unregulated platforms entrap users through fraudulent or misleading advertisements. To plug the revenue leakage and protect its consumer, India needs to distinguish between the games of skill and games of chance. But with so many formats out there, it's not always feasible for courts to evaluate the legitimacy of each one individually. That's why a scientific approach is necessary to distinguish games of skill from games of chance. A recent groundbreaking report published by the India Development Foundation in October 2024 has introduced specific tests that help differentiate between the games of chance and games of skill. But how does this report help create an effective framework? The framework assesses the relative role of skill in determining game outcomes using 7 statistical tests. If a game's outcome is determined purely by luck, the player's skill is irrelevant. However, if the game's outcome is not completely random and the outcome is based on the player's game expertise, then the role of skill in the game cannot be ruled out. IDF's framework proposes that if any online game, regardless of its format, meets the condition of the 7 tests listed in the report, then it should be classified as a game of skill and differentiated from gambling. So let's discuss what the testing parameters should be for determining any game. Test 1. Skilled contestant beats a contestant opting for a random strategy. Test 2. Contestant have an opportunity to deliberately lose a contest. Test 3. Higher skill reflects better winning probability in online games. Test 4. Relative superiority of skill remains consistent across non-overlapping time intervals. Test 5. Experience helps in attaining skills. Test 6. Similar skilled players have similar win percentage. Test 7. Consistent winning is not an event of chance. The interesting part is that these 7 tests have universal applicability for evaluating the dominance of skill in any online game. The IDF framework will empower policymakers to use scientific methodologies and empirical evidence to distinguish between games of skill and chance and provides a critical tool for informed decision making. This will ensure that the legitimate skill gaming sector continues to grow and contribute to the growth of India's digital economy. The IDF framework is dedicated to ensuring that only legitimate, skill-based gaming thrives in India, while also protecting our economy and users from illegitimate betting platforms. The time for action is now. Let's work together to keep India's gaming ecosystem fair, regulated, and rewarding for all legitimate players.